Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have made it to the 50th episode of the Hops and Bobs podcast.
Wow.
I know, right? Surprising.
Do it.
I am producer Tom.
I am Joe.
I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike. Coming at you from the garage today.
Yeah.
We got the door open, the rain coming in. It's a beautiful aesthetic.
We survived, Henry.
We did. We had a mini hurricane scare that we thought was going to take out power for like a week, but it didn't.
Nope.
I had a couple leaves to rake up. Actually, one of my deck chairs fell over.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I haven't had the heart to check out the damage yet.
Yeah. You haven't assessed the monetary value.
You told me through text yesterday you declared your own personal state of
Yes.
emergency.
Yeah, the second chair fell. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Done. Yes. I needed
We lost power for about 30 seconds.
Really?
Yes. And
Which
that
is
came
impressive because where you live, you usually lose power like if your shit is too big and you can't flush.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. We're running on like D batteries out there. So, but regardless, we have survived and we have gathered here to talk to you about. It's more of a retrospective kind of day. We're gonna go through our previous ventures, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly beers that we've had, and kind of talk and see where we've been and where we can go from there.
Yeah.
So
Time to reminisce.
Time to reminisce.
Seems like a good time.
So we have all of our 10 beers that we've gotten.
And
so
albums too.
Yeah, and albums. Yeah. So
but to drink, yes.
yes, to drink. I've got my bRosé from Citizen Cider.
Which was a recent 10.
Yeah,
that
like
just
that
happened.
was like 47.
we weren't invited to that one.
No.
Yeah, just me and my sister were on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But
Nice.
you can steal some sips.
Yeah.
Joe has his Fat Orange Cat Baby Kittens, which was one of the earliest.
This is episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mike has got the Harvester, but not the one that we reviewed. It's a slightly different one.
I realized after the fact when I went to the package store first thing this morning because, I'm a last minute kind of person with some stuff. And it's a rotating series.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I can physically get my hands on. And if I could, it would probably have been sitting in the back for quite some time because even this was canned about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, which is pushing, what's more so with IPAs than sours, but still.
Yeah.
So this is a different sour ale with blackberry, red raspberry, and pomegranate.
Okay.
The Harvester.
So, but
Cool.
I did buy. They only had 2 4-packs, so I bought them both because I tend to like this series of sours. So I was like, I'm not gonna have to go look for it again. Siri, why would you turn on? I didn't ask you guys.
So
Series.
That's it.
yeah,
Cheap.
multiple series.
Okay.
Yes.
Bang bang.
What's the Android one? Isn't that like Cortana or something?
That's Windows.
Oh.
I don't know what.
You know what I'm
That'd be
upset
hot.
about? I wish I could rename her.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a Siri. Like you'd think they would allow that. Like
Right.
at some point, you could rename your Siri. So not you're not like, oh, hey Siri, and everybody's phone lights
Hey,
up like a
jackass.
goddamn Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I want mine to be Friday.
Hey, jackass.
I want mine to be Friday.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
From
might be
Marvel.
Jarvis.
Yeah.
That's
So Tom, if I remember correctly, your 10s came back-to-back episodes, and like just 2 ago.
Oh yeah, so
Your
I had
drink and your.
I had Jeff
album.
Rosenstock that was 10. I had this that was 10, but I also had MF Doom's Food, which
Oh,
was
you're
like
right.
8 or 9.
You're right. Forgot about that. Who would have thought a little idea last summer? Hey, let's
That's
do
true.
this, and we've had an episode every week.
Yeah,
And I just want to personally thank Tom.
thank you.
the Dwight Schrute
Yes.
of the podcast,
Yes.
appearing in every
I'll take
episode.
it.
Only character. to
Tom
have
is the
appearance.
X Factor. We talk about X Factor a lot. Tom is the X Factor of the podcast. He's the man behind the screen. He's the man behind the controls. He's been in every single
The
episode.
man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That's me.
Even when Mike and I couldn't make an episode, he kept the train rolling.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is an idea that we had organically, kind of as a friend group around the campfire last year.
very,
kind of
Seriously.
very kosher.
in the middle, not in the middle of like COVID, but like
Coming out of it, kind
still
of.
in the summer,
Yeah.
the late summer of 2020, we kind of came up with this.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. I love kind of coming together, kind of as like a book club esque kind of thing, where we kind of bring in what we've loved in music and beer, 2 things that we're very passionate about, and I really appreciate that. I do want to mention just shortly, I haven't told either of you this yet, but My job that I've been working at, I actually just handed in my 2-week notice.
Oh.
So I will be having a bit more free time to not only apply to more jobs, but to put more focus into this. So
Wow.
you will be expecting some more short-term content. I will be making TikToks in the future. So
Did Tom just become the
social media
leader of
marketing
the
He
podcast?
just dropped all this on us, though.
Yeah. There was no briefing.
No.
I got the ring light.
Just when you and I
Like,
go back to work.
You quit.
Time.
Should we start a trend? Let me email my boss.
Yeah. Hey, I'm out.
I know it's a week before the school year, but like later.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
we're all gonna have to move in together. We still can't pay rent. I gotta get working out again, so I can start stripping.
Get some more content out there. All right.
So, but yeah, that's
Nice.
look forward to that. But yeah, it's just been having a lot of fun with you guys. So let's take a look
Likewise.
back into
Let's do
our
it.
catalog.
Should we start with our big announcement?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've come a long way. We've rated a lot of drinks and albums very highly that we want to introduce to you the official Hops and Bops Hall of Fame. Yes. And so we are going to be inducting our perfectly scored items, as well as induct some other honorable mentions that we feel are worthy of being in the Hall of Fame, even though if they didn't get a perfect score.
For sure, yeah.
So, Tom, do you want to start? You want to induct your items?
Yes. So I mentioned a little bit before, but
Yes.
So my first induction is the bRosé from Citizen Cider. I do want to crack this though, because I have been eyeing it all day, and I really want to take a sip of it.
It's 8 a.m.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all day. It's only 11. It's so good. It's like, I don't like wine, and it's the closest thing I can get to liking wine.
Yeah.
It's a good version of, because I'm a big cider guy too, so that really plays a lot into it. Oh, it's coming down now.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's fermented with blueberries and apples, so it's like a cider combination with that, and also it tastes. It's very reminiscent of a really good rosé.
It's like spiked apple juice.
Mhm. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I feel like this really represents the book club feeling Tom's going for.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a classy way of drinking wine for
Yeah.
me.
So,
but-
Karen, how's your husband?
Well, Darlene.
Is Jeffrey's okay?
Fucking Trent,
Trent. Oh, that was great with mud volleyball.
the kid that looked exactly like Trent that was spiking on us all day.
Oh, really?
Like, get out of there, Trent! What are you doing?
And then the next guy comes up and he goes, "God damn it, Dylan!"
We really personified them. So
Yeah, we lost to them.
yes. So, bRosé by Citizen Cider is my induction to the Hall of Fame.
So is the whole point behind it supposed to be like a bro version of wine?
Yes, it's a bro rosé. Well, I think the B is for blueberry, but but the bro in bRosé really does shine.
It really does bring the bro.
Wearing my
out of
snapback
rosé.
today,
Yes.
actually. So that is my my first induction. But if we're talking albums, I got 2 10s I want to put in there.
Yeah.
I got MF Doom's Food, which I know you guys weren't as big on, and that's okay. I understand his style is very wordy, a little entendre heavy.
It got a 10.
But
Automatic
yes, I love that album. That album's one of my favorites of all time. I got it on vinyl. It's pressed weird, I think. I think one of the tracks is switched on it for some reason.
Okay.
But hip hop's one of the most like high five. One of the most influential guys in hip hop for a lot of the new lyrical heavy artists these days.
He actually passed since
Yes.
our episode's recording.
That was really sad on my
It was
end.
like right around when it came out or shortly after.
I
wasn't
think it
it?
was shortly after.
Yeah, I think we put it out in like October, November, and he
was
they
October.
released it in like the beginning of the January or like the end of
Yeah,
December
you're
of
right,
that
you're
year.
right.
So
Yeah.
But he
you
had
know.
passed a
I
little bit of time earlier, didn't he?
Yeah.
There was a gap of
he had
time.
passed in October, and they didn't announce it until December or January. So, rest in peace, one of my favorite rap artists of all time. That was a sad day for me.
It was really cool. I mean, not cool, but a lot of people I follow on social media like posted about him after he passed, and I almost wish they posted about him more often. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It was a shame that it took him passing away for them to kind of mention him and give him his due.
Yeah, that was a tough one for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I listened to his stuff for like months on end right after that, so that was a rough one. But rest in peace, one of the greats, and definitely he still has some other good albums that I want to bring on as well. So look forward to that. And then I have one more 10, a very recent 10, "Worry" by Jeff Rosenstock. That review just came out a couple days ago. One of my favorite rock albums of all time, very influential for me. Got a lot of good memories from that one. I know we just talked all about it. Yeah. Go listen to that album. Go listen to that review that we did too.
Episode 48.
Yes, and this is FIDDY. We'll get to honorable mentions after we name our inductees.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. I'll go.
Yeah.
So I brought with me my very first 10 beer. It is Baby Kittens from Fat Orange Cat. I believe this to be probably the best IPA in the state. I'm going to crack it open right now.
Nice.
This is the one I chose. Cheers.
Just saying it out there. Joe blew his load early on that.
He really
did.
First two episodes was his 10 beer and his 10.
Yeah, and
you start off strong though.
I needed a couple of boosters to start the podcast off. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Things that I knew a lot about. I wanted to start off, so it's so good. And actually, since then, Fat Orange Cat has closed their kind of a depressing thing we're talking about here. Since recording, they closed their brewery area in East Hampton.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it's kind of a useless area anyway, but that's fine.
But I liked how they had it. We talked about how it was just like a walk-up tap room, and they didn't do full pours. It was all they gave you chips
and all that.
It was kind of like a cool social area. They had 10 fire pits outside and was in the woods. It was a really cool vibe. But I guess their beer sales were just they couldn't keep up with the brewing and upholding that tap room area, so they closed it. So right now they're brewing out of that 12% place in North Haven.
Same with I guess 12%'s doing okay because
they have
that's
this.
who does the one.
They do a lot of Evil Twin.
Yeah.
So I can find this in pretty much any liquor store. The Baby Kittens.
Yeah, that's true too. Even in the grocery stores, Big Y, you see them. They see them all over Connecticut.
This is pretty much a mainstream beer in the state, and honestly, it is $10 for a 4-pack, and it is a fantastic.
Yeah, I just
IPA.
paid 20 for each of mine.
Yeah, right.
I was 20 for the next beer I've got too.
Yep. So this is my my first 10 that I'm inducting. And I also gave another 10 to Dubage. It was a special edition IPA from Bad Sons. I don't know, maybe that was a few episodes ago, maybe 10 episodes ago.
Yeah, I can't
remember. But no, another great 38. Okay. Yep. The kicker for that was it was like a 9% single IPA.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
that was a good one.
It didn't taste like it, so that was my other inductee. But I wanted to bring the OG 10.
Nice.
As for albums, I am inducting the first album we ever did, episode 001, Wasting Light, Foo Fighters. Still one of my favorite albums of all time. I gave that my first 5, well now 10. I just think it's a perfect album from opening to close. There's not a dead track on it. And, I still listen to it here and there today. So, congratulations to those for making the Hall of Fame.
That's great.
Yeah, I
for
think
whoever cares.
I was going to say, didn't Dave Grohl message us about that?
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah.
He's going to give us
free tickets to the show because it was sold out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Michael?
Yeah. All right, so Harvester.
Yes.
So the Harvester, big sour kick in the last probably few months. It's slowed down a little bit. I haven't really found anything new that I've been overly obsessed with, and a lot of these beer gardens and even breweries aren't really putting out the sours like they did for that short stretch. But really like sours, and we had Abomination by Harvester. Or the Harvester by Abomination, which brews out of, I believe, 12%. And it's a rotating series. So the one we had, like you said, was mangosteen.
I can look that up.
Yeah, we'll have to look up all the stuff because I went to find it again, and I came out with the Harvester Sour Ale with blackberry, red raspberry, and pomegranate. And so this is actually as much of a throwback episode as this is. We are trying this beer for the first time.
Yeah,
That is true. Yeah.
All of us, even myself,
Yeah.
because even though I picked it, it's just part of the series, which would kind of be cool if we could get our hands on each type.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they come out at the same time. I think because the rotating series, and if you hang on to them too long, they're just not worth.
Next
worth it.
episode, I have a rotating series of a few flavors of it. Yeah.
Nice.
So the first one we did was with the mangosteen, dragon fruit, and peach.
That's right.
So
that was a great combination.
This will have a varying flavor.
So I figured I'll mention my album, and then we can try the beer so we can talk about it a little bit. My album that came in that I gave a 5 out of 5, or in this case a 10 now, was Half the City by St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Yeah.
Took you a while to break your 10 cherries.
Yeah, it was. I've only done it the
10
once.
cherries.
And but that's just, well, we talked about it then. It's a very different album for me than what I normally would listen to in a lot of the sense. But I don't know, something about that album I really, really enjoy. The voice, the music, the horns, just that style of kind of like soulful, bluesy. That was a good album.
To this day, I'm still surprised that's the
one.
Out of
That's
all
the
the
one.
albums we've talked about and albums that I know you like, that's the one that got the 10.
Yeah, we'll see where we go from there.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
But yeah, let's crack. We'll give this Harvester a little. So this can is a little deformed.
Yes.
Because
I knew the red color.
the can fell off of the little clip, plastic clip, and in a moment of just sheer reaction, I stuck my foot out, no sock, wearing flops. Luckily, it caught the top of the flop. It didn't catch my foot.
Yeah.
Did a nice little flip off my foot, dented the top and the bottom, did not puncture the can, and as we see, I just opened it and there was no excessive head. Yeah.
Too bad.
I know. But here we go. Ooh, that is thick.
Ooh, it's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
𝐇𝐻𝐼CC.
I want to mention real quick.
Yes.
I think that album, the St. Paul
Yes.
album, probably has the biggest difference in
Discrepancy.
ratings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you gave it a 10, Joe gave it a 4, and I gave it a 7.
Wow.
So we're like all over the place on that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
I want to steal a little bit of
Yeah.
this
There
as
you
well.
go.
Yeah. Steal a sip,
I like
a
the
sniff.
The whiff, yeah. It got that nice, like,
Yeah.
juicy, sour kind of smell.
Oh yeah, that
Definitely.
is dark.
Berrylicious.
Berrylicious. That's a good way of putting it.
Ooh. That
Wow.
almost tastes like the Rocket Pop kind of flavor
Yeah.
with that raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Man,
That
they're
is
good.
very good.
They're good with the sours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a
You
dark.
can rate this one right now.
10.
Another one? The Harvester series.
We'll stay with it for a little bit, but it literally does taste like a darker like fruit smoothie that they fermented.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
raspberry really pops. It kind of takes over all the other flavor. That's the only thing I will say. Is
Bit
it
of that
literally?
pomegranate.
Yeah, you don't really get as much of the pomegranate in the blackberry, but it's like
You get a little bit of blackberry in there.
it's very good.
Is blackberry distinguishable enough? Like everything
From raspberry, not really. I
Yeah.
think they kind of play
What
together.
is blackberry?
I don't know.
They're
So
the
there's
little,
a phone,
Claw's
right?
flavor
little
of it.
black berries.
Yeah.
I believe by definition they are blackberries.
You know how there's no such thing as blue raspberry, but like
Yes.
everything's there's like blue raspberry stuff.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Blackberry.
Blackberries do exist,
This is
though.
good.
Blue raspberries.
No, you're right.
do
You're
not.
right. It does exist.
Yes, exactly. yes.
That's the difference there.
Yes.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
this is very good. Another good one.
Another dub
Uh-huh.
from the Harvester Sour series.
Nice.
Yeah, good for them. I'm excited to try some of their other ones.
Yeah.
'Cause they have a fair
2 for
bit of
2.
them. Let me actually look up their website and see what other kind of.
I'm a big fan of like labels and logos and everything, and
yeah.
I love that they stay on brand, and the label's exactly the same except they change the coloring because of the
Background
flavors,
coloring, yep.
and that way it's still recognizable yet you know it's a different flavor.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're getting. That's
No,
good.
this is very good.
Yeah, very good.
Oof. I really like it.
Yeah, good pick.
But yeah, just scrolling through some of their stuff, they have a whole bunch of other types of series in the Harvester. I know I see one that says it's got soursop, tangerine, and blueberry. That one sounds really good. I want to try that
These
one.
are just weird combinations
soursop?
that I
I have no
really
idea.
like.
There's one that's gooseberry, mango, and red raspberry.
Ooh,
That one sounds
that
really
sounds
good.
good.
Fuck some gooseberry.
See, like every single one has like a wild card fruit.
Yeah.
Blackberry, red raspberry, and pomegranate. That's the one we're doing right now. We have a hard seltzer. Oh, okay. And then obviously the two that we did. So I think those are the only ones out as of right now. But they have a whole bunch of stuff. I know the Wandering into the Fog I've had before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try those. I haven't had those yet.
We should bring those eventually.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah, those were those high
yeah,
percent
they're doubles.
doubles. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they're
drank
up
those
there.
on the boat, and we had like 2 each, and we were like,
Yeah, like yeah, we were a little
we were feeling it.
Yeah.
a little cocked after that.
Nice.
But yeah, while we're here, we should mention our honorable mentions. as
Yeah.
well.
So we're each gonna like induct like a couple beers or albums that didn't get tens, but we feel are worthy of being in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So, Tom, you want to take it away?
Yes. So my first honorable mention is already in the Hall of Fame, which is Joe's album, Wasting Light by the Foo Fighters.
Oh,
I gave
okay.
that a 9, but I feel like it's a little unfair because it's already in there.
Yeah.
So I will go on to my
Yeah, do
next
something that's
honorable
not in
mention.
there, yeah.
Yes. That will be my first producer's pick, which was Dirt by Alice in Chains.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a great album. I gave that a 9.5. It's just on the cusp of getting in there, but
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorite grunge albums of all time. It's a little underrated in the genre, but so many good classic hits on that. Definitely go check that out. Just scrolling through, what else we got here? Oh, we have Logic, The Incredible True Story.
Yep.
One of my first like album experiences growing up that I found on my own and really discovered, and I really just fell in love with it. That's a fantastic album. I think we've all kind of agreed that our group honorable mention
Yeah.
is
Toxicity.
Toxicity,
Yes.
System of a Down.
Yeah.
I gave that a 9.6,
Yeah.
which fantastic album, except for that weird like ending outro of Arto that really held it back from being a 10 from a lot of our ratings. So
Yeah.
but no, that's a great album. We all definitely agree on that
I
one.
know.
So
I feel like Arto, if that wasn't there, it could have been our first
yeah,
10 sweep. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Mike's a tough judge. I don't know if he would have given it a 10.
No, but I'm a big System fan. It was Serge's birthday a couple days ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
happy
Serge.
late one.
But there was actually a whole article, and I didn't get a chance to read it, about how that album was so like controversial in like a lot of things they were saying, and then the style of music on top of it, and how they kind of like changed the whole like platform of nu metal with that album. It was pretty cool. I didn't get to read the article, but
Groundbreaking, yeah.
it was pretty cool how they mentioned it.
Yeah, and two really quick ones I want to throw in there as well. Gave
Wow,
them
you're
both
throwing
nines.
a lot in there. Okay.
I gave them both 9s. I'll be quick with
Okay,
them.
okay.
All right.
Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run and Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
yeah.
I want to throw both of there.
All right.
Very
Really
nice.
classic, influential albums that I grew up with and listened to quite a bit. So
Nice.
yes, those are my honorables.
Okay.
I'll take out the Foo Fighters because that's already in there.
It's already in there.
There's at least like 3 or 4 that I just talked about there.
Yeah.
5, sure.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So, honorable mentions from me, Joe. I'm going to induct. Well, I was going to do Toxicity. I think we can all agree that was a group
Yeah.
Yes,
induction.
yeah.
So, I'll think about the albums quick, but I'll go with the beers first then.
Oh, I didn't do beers.
Why don't we come back to beers?
Okay. All right. Let's
Do you
do
need
the
a second?
albums.
Because I'm good. I'm ready. If you need.
Go
a second.
ahead. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've got two.
I got to relook.
I've got 2, and they're not necessarily for the rankings quite as much as for, I guess, the combination of our rankings along with what the album like brought to the table.
Okay.
So John Mayer's Try, the John Mayer
Ooh,
Trio,
okay.
because that was really like the first live album that we all really like
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it might have been the first live album we brought to the
I
table.
think it was, yeah.
It
you
was
know,
first
which,
and only,
You know,
I think.
I think yeah. So
We
I
did
thought
Hailstorm's EP.
Oh,
the
that's
EP.
right. Yeah.
But I think that just for the fact that it was a live album and it was, ranked relatively well among us, I think
Yeah.
it deserves an honorable mention. And I also, this is going to be the one that's going to throw everybody off here. Ariana Grande, I think, was probably our highest rated pop album from all of us.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Let me go down the
I
list.
don't know for sure. I didn't look back at specific rankings.
Wow.
But if you think about
No,
it,
was not.
it's
I
not.
don't think
No.
it was. Yeah.
You gave it a
thought it was-
5.
yeah.
Joe gave it a 4. I gave it a 6.5.
Did we rank that out of 10?
Well, I converted.
You
I converted all
okay.
of our 5.
But I know we had a lot
ratings
of
to
lot of
10s
things to
multiplied by
say
2.
about it. It was one of our first
I
real
liked
big
it.
pop albums.
I was a big fan of
It was one of our first, wasn't it?
it. Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
To really kick us into,
Yeah.
Let me open up Spotify.
because that was back.
That was like
that
our
was
New Year's.
That was the turn
Yeah.
of the new year. Yeah.
So it wasn't too deep into us doing this, and
Right.
it was one of the pop albums that we kind
That
of.
was Chelsea's episode.
Yeah, we
which
got-
she
It was,
did a
yeah.
fantastic
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Yes,
It
she
changed
definitely did.
changed the pace of throwing out just albums that we necessarily like to listen to.
Yeah.
So I just threw that out there as
Yeah.
an honorable mention
yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
In terms of newest release pop album, I would say that was probably our biggest one because I know we've done other ones like
Like we
Michael
did-
Jackson's Thriller. I
Yeah,
guess that's
we
kind
did
of a
the,
pop
we did the
album.
Taylor Swift episode, which
That was like
you know,
2012 pop though.
yeah,
you know,
and then
so
we
it's a bit
did the
older.
I know the Olivia Rodrigo recently,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
That was a good album too.
but so figured I'd throw that out there.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
I also do want to mention a quick shout out to my friends Overspace and Cashland when we did those two virtual reviews with them, where we also brought on their album too, which was really interesting to hear from the artists because we've had people from breweries on the podcast to talk about their beer, and it was interesting to kind of have the flip of that, talk about an artist talking about their album. So I got a lot of cool insight from that. So big thanks to Nick and Asher for that one.
Yeah, for sure. That was cool.
But yes, Joe,
Okay.
your honorable mentions.
All right, honorable mentions, wild cards, whatever you want to call them, for albums. Well, the first two that come to my mind are two that I picked that are just near and dear to my heart. They are Blood Sugar Sex Magic from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I believe I gave that a 9.
I can go
converted it
through
right.
the list. I can just give me 2 seconds and I will find that for you. Let's see, where's their music? What number was that? Oh, here it is. Yes, you did give it a 9.
9.
We both gave it 7s.
Yep.
That's good.
So
album.
again, a highly rated album. And then for me personally, I gotta induct Train of Thought by Dream Theater. I love that album. And I know you guys weren't as into it. And it was kind of the same idea as like the Tyler album.
Yep.
You know, it was a lot to chew off on your first impression of the band. But for me, I love that album. It is near perfect. I'm also, I mean, how many are we inducting here?
I put like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll give one more. I think Van Halen debut needs to go in.
Going
And
through the
it
list.
was I mean, that alone I can agree with because of the timing.
Yeah.
We put that out, and I believe it was that came out shortly after Eddie had passed.
Yep.
So it was just a good.
I think that's one of
Tribute.
our top 3 highest rated albums.
I think so
yeah,
too.
it was a good tribute.
I remember I gave it a 9. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
we both, Mike and I gave it 8s.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I would like to induct that album as well. As for
Beers?
the rest of the albums, I mean, we've done a lot of great ones, but I think if I'm talking Hall of Fame worthy, those are the 3 that come to my mind.
Yeah. I also mentioned that I made a big Excel spreadsheet of everything, and I just want to go through any of the missed 9s for the albums that we have talked about, or higher rated ones. Mike, I know, gave a 9 or a then 4.5 to Shinedown,
Yes.
Us and Them.
It was.
I don't know, we've given a whole bunch of 8s in the past. Like I said, Van Halen, you gave a 9 to, Joe. That one you also gave a 9. What was? Oh, you gave Logic a 9 too.
I did.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you inducted
Yeah,
it.
that one we'll count. That one's already in there.
Yeah.
Let me actually come in.
Are we essentially just lowering the requirement for the Hall of Fame?
Well, these
to
are honorable
9?
mentions.
No,
Not
I know.
that they're-
I know.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah, these are, yeah.
And I did kind of I didn't go back and Tom did with all the rankings of what we actually gave it. I kind of did it based off of
reaction.
kind of reaction,
Yeah.
which is why I brought out the Ariana Grande, because we had a lot of good things to say about it for 3 guys that don't really listen to
Exactly.
modern
Yeah.
pop music. That's
I
kind
never really thought of it that way.
and I'll be honest with you overall. I mentioned to you earlier because with the other two albums, we were prepping for today's recordings, and the last couple weeks have been crazy for me. I didn't put a lot of. I wanted this almost ended up being more like gut reaction for me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember this? The reminiscent kind of thing. Which is, kind of even where I came in with like my beers. Harvester being one of my, my perfect 10. But honorable mentions like being like the pumpkin ale by Dogfish. For me that'd be an honorable mention because that's a go-to every fall for me. Like that is my pumpkin beer that I'm buying.
So you just kicked off the beer end. All right.
You like that transition? That was
yeah,
great.
I know.
Because
Now we're
transition.
gonna snake back this way.
And I also want to throw in Mixed Bag, being super local. We could practically walk there. We had Josh Norris, the co-owner of Witch Doctor, actually discuss that beer with us live on the podcast.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment.
Now, did they end up releasing that as its own thing, or was that just the experimental brew?
I believe they still have it on tap. I haven't been down there recently, but I believe they still have it on tap, and I think because it was, other than their other sour, which is I Am Fruit, that they kind of do, that one's canned, has its own can. I'm not sure if this one has made it to its own can yet. I could definitely check in on that. But those would be like my two beer honorable mentions, as maybe they weren't ranked at a perfect 10.
Right.
But, Mixed Bag was one of our earlier sours, and we also got to discuss it and critique it with the man himself who was, directly involved in making it, as well as Pumpkin Ale, which I think is just a fall staple for anybody.
Sure.
Which is just a good go-to.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure. Okay, for beers, for me, honorable mentions. Tom and I, you talked about it. Are you doing it or am I doing it?
Doing what?
Yeah. Okay. Another beer I picked. It was for the Eminem episode. Nummy Nummy. It's a double IPA from Stubborn Beauty. I thought that was a delicious beer, and you know what? That was by mistake because I had meant to pick their single IPA, Happy Trees. It wasn't available in the store, so I picked up Nummy Nummy, and it's just an awesome beer. So I would like to induct that as an honorable mention to the Hall of Fame.
There we go.
Alongside, I'm throwing Whaler's Rise.
Oh, yes.
I just had that again recently, and that thing is, I could drink that all day. That is such a good beer. It is great flavor. It's light. I was at happy hour with some friends on Friday, and I turned a couple of them onto it. Like, oh yeah, I'll have Whaler's Rise, and they're like, oh, I never heard of it. I was like, yeah, try it out. Awesome. So I would definitely like to induct that in.
Cool.
And right now, I need another minute. Tom, are you ready?
Yeah, I've got at least one.
Yeah, I maybe another. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Joe's the man with no ending.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
You never know with him.
I know. I can't.
I gotta say that the rain is bringing a nice, cool breeze.
Yes,
here.
it's making the waveform look really weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
The ambiance is real
Nature,
nice.
man.
Hey, nature's awesome.
Yeah.
We have done a lot of outdoor episodes.
Yeah.
Mike's deck on the boat.
Eventually we'll do
The
poolside.
garage. Yeah. Today was kind of a.
Yes, it's a little bit
Damn it,
downtrodden.
Henri.
Yeah.
Henry with an I.
This is the tail whipping back.
Yes.
That they said.
I think I've only got one honorable mention as of right now.
Okay.
Actually, no, I've got two. I'll mention two. My first one is from Hop Culture. It's Juicy in the 860. One of my go-to beers anytime we go down there. I know the band. I'm sorry, what was that?
Friday.
Oh yeah.
So there might be an event happening that you might want to go to. But that's one of my go-to beers anytime we go do trivia or anything down there. I did actually find it in not just in like I found it actually bottled in the liquor store near me. So it has a really cool can layout and everything. We only had the what are those big things of beer called? I forget.
Growler.
Crowlers.
Yes, yeah, they only
Or
have
growler. Crowler's smaller, but a growler.
the crowlers. That we only have that. So, but they do have a really cool can there. So that one's definitely, and I think it was my highest rated one. I gave it like an 8.5. So shout out to them. Also, my last honorable mention for beer. I want to put Devil's Hop Yard by Connecticut Brewing Company.
Okay.
That was one of my possibles, so I'm
okay.
glad you chose it.
That's one of
So now I
my
have
go-tos
one more to
every spring or summer
It's a good one.
time. I definitely want to bring that into rotation. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good one. So shout out to them.
Yep. Okay, so back to me because I want to put in one more beer now that all that's settled. Damn, I'm just looking.
Oh, I got one more too. I could add. I won't, but I could.
I think I got to put Rocket Pop in.
That's a really good one.
That was a good one.
That was a really great sour, and it's
It was.
seasonally appropriate. So Rocket Pop from 𝐷𝐿.
Very similar flavor to this Abomination.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna throw that in there.
Okay.
But man, I'm looking at the beers we've
I know,
done.
right?
Like Starman from 𝐷𝐿. I love that one. Tom, I had my eye
So
on
is this becoming an honorable mention or just mention?
review of all 50. Yeah.
We're just mentioning.
I'd like to go ahead and induct Coors Light into the.
Because it's the best of the three trash.
Yeah. No. I think I'm good.
I was gonna put Cloud Source by Two Roads in there too, but I'm a little crowded, so I'm gonna save some space.
Okay. Cool. Hall of Fame
Yes.
is
yes,
officially open.
Yes.
So from here on out,
We will be inducting more when the time comes.
Yes.
But as
Yes.
of right now, that is where it currently sits.
the class of 2021.
Yes.
Nice.
So, real quick, before we get into our award ceremonies that we have unofficially announced, I do want to show the guys what I've been working on
Oh,
for a while
man.
now. So these
We have not been.
no. So here,
Briefed
let
of it.
me go full
Yeah.
screen. This is all of our ratings that I've done. So I've got all of the favorite, least favorite sleeper picks that we've done.
The
The first
song
three we did
titles,
actually
yeah.
did not pick out favorite, least favorite sleepers, but
We didn't.
no. So we started
What the
it in
hell
the
is wrong
second
with us?
session. So
Okay.
but I went through this. Those are only like 38-minute episodes. They're really short. But I've went through and did all of them. So if you ever want to ask me about those, I can do.
I
those.
did look at this. I didn't see the stuff on the
I
right.
just did this yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is all of the ratings. This jeez, if I could stay. So these are your Joe's beers, Mike's beers, my beers, your albums, his albums, mine.
For each episode.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I went through. This is an Excel spreadsheet. So this line is our averages for the beers.
Okay.
This line is the averages for the albums.
Okay.
That one below it is the the lowest rating, and the one below that is the maximum rating.
Wow.
Am I the
So-
last one in each?
No, you're the middle one in each.
Oh, okay.
I'm the last one in each. So
So I must say, I'm not going to get into it much, but in my line of work,
Mhm.
a good average on a test that you aim for
Mhm.
is like a 70 or 75.
Mhm.
So in that mindset, we're pretty fair in our ratings because we're kind of averaging like a 70 almost in
Okay.
our beers and albums.
Yeah.
So we're pretty fair. I know I tend to be on the higher side. I tend to give things on the like
Mhm.
benefit of the doubt.
I tend to be a little lower.
You're a little lower.
I'm a dick. It's
It
fine.
happens.
I get it.
Tom, you go right from the heart.
yeah, I think I'm actually the most critical because
Yeah.
albums I've given like the lowest of 6.4 for beers 6.5.
What column am I? Am I the first?
You're the
one?
first one in each.
See, yeah, I'm the highest,
beers,
yeah.
albums.
Right.
Yep. We've all given a 10 to a beer and an album.
Yep.
You've given a 1 to a beer, Joe. You gave a 1 to the lemon sour that we did for Olivia
Oh
Rodrigo.
yeah, that thing was
Remember that one?
disgusting. It
Yeah.
could be the expiration date, but that was
That might have been it.
brutal.
Mike and I, the lowest we gave was 3s. I think we both gave that to Guinness, I think. Or at least I gave mine to
Yeah,
Guinness.
I
I don't
don't
know what you
remember.
did for yours for.
Not sure. I can
Oh no, you also gave it for the lemonade. The
Yeah.
lemon, what was it? The lemon meringue sour. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was rough.
But in terms of albums, we've all been pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Your lowest was a 2. That was. We'll get into that
Yeah,
as well. But
That's fine.
I just
I mean,
wanted
you
to
have it in front of you because
exactly.
I sure as shit.
But I wanted to show you this as well. I made a.
Whoa, look at
I may
this
have
thing!
made it a pie chart
This is
or
playing
a
very
line
well
graph.
for the
line
people at
graph.
home, by the way.
We'll put this somewhere. So this is just beers.
Wow.
So there are a few missing. That's just because of episodes I did with guests or something else like that.
Right.
But yeah, this one is pretty solid. Like the line that we stay at is pretty much hovering around like a 6 or so.
There's some
around a 7.
Again, it shows that, I think overall we're rating fairly.
Yes.
There's some outliers,
Yep.
but
Yeah, exactly. We've got a few
using my,
the 2 10s that shoot out,
my math eye.
and then albums are
Ooh, look
also
at this.
there as well.
This is a little less uniform.
Yes, this
is
one I
all
feel
over.
like kind of varies a lot more.
Yeah.
So I thought that was just really interesting.
Cool.
How we went through that.
Well done, Tom.
Thank
You're
you.
really earning that paycheck.
Yes, I was going through that. I was like, well, I might as well make a graph, So this is just some.
Made a graph for us people who can't read.
I'll see if I can post these on Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
So that the people can see as
Yeah,
well.
that would be
But
cool.
Well, you should
We
have
do have
plenty of time, you unemployed bastard.
I think that's a great transition. Why don't we get into? So we talked about some categories we wanted to reminisce about, and we're calling it the Mojo Awards. We're naming it after our mascot, Mojo the Hot Monkey, and we're just going to go through some things like, best and worst, best pairing, things like that.
Mhm.
And I think what you just talked about, Tom, was a great transition to that.
Exactly. Yes.
So we already talked about a bunch of top beers and top albums because we just did our honorable mentions. So I think that goes without mentioning. Should we go with?
So what kind of?
What do you wanna do?
You want to combine bottom beers and albums along with most disappointing?
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
the
sure.
Same,
Yeah.
general category. And I'll start because I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Very simply,
Yeah.
Luke Combs was awful.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
never be able to even look at that man without wanting to punch him in the mouth.
That is-
Wow, that's aggressive.
I'm not.
horrible.
Well, I'm not going that far. I don't
Yeah, it
want
was
to punch him in
horrible.
the face, but
I mean, he seems like a nice guy. I probably wouldn't punch him, but I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
it was bad.
that's definitely one that
I actually don't even think I finished it.
I don't
I think I
think you
stopped.
did.
Stopped
album?
listening. I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, 'cause we did the
Damn.
special edition version.
Oh, that's right. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Our luck with the special editions
Yeah,
has not been
wasn't
good.
too good. Nope.
That's not.
That was the first one. I was most underwhelmed by that because I'm a big fan of him, but that album as an album was not worth the listen.
Yep.
The key tracks on that are key tracks for a reason.
Mhm.
Some other underwhelming ones was Thriller. I'm on record about
Yes.
that.
Agreed.
I was hoping
Have to
from
fight
some
about
more
that.
of from Mothership.
Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Parliament.
I can understand that.
Underwhelming. Oh man, like the first SDIB album. I don't know. It just,
Okay.
I get where you're
yeah.
coming from.
Tyler the Creator. I kind of wanted a little more out of that.
What about
Half the City.
Half the City? I was just
Yeah.
about to say that.
Yeah, I was hoping. I really tried to like that, but those are some that stuck out to me about like kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, Elton John for me was like all over the place. I had a
Yeah.
hard time with that
Okay.
one. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That
Yeah.
was tough.
I would
What about you,
say
Tom?
mine was probably Yellow Wolf's album. I was not a big fan of that at all. I feel like a lot of what he brought to the table was just kind of ripping off his contemporaries in a not so flattering way.
Okay, fair.
Not one of my favorites at all. Another one was Machine Gun Kelly. I could not get into that one at all.
I remember.
Yeah,
I know.
I
It's
love
just-
that album, but
Yeah, I mean that
hey,
happened with
that's
other
what
ones
it is.
too.
Yeah.
Just really could not get into that one at all.
Yeah.
Either it just felt a little redundant as well.
Yep,
Um,
that's fair.
In terms of other ones, yeah, I gave the SIB a 4. Was not really a big fan of that one at all.
Temple of the Dog for me.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming too.
That's fair too. Yeah.
Just didn't have what I expected. Those couple of singles are like, damn, and
Yeah.
then the rest of the album was like,
And they were early
Yeah.
in the album.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
yeah. So that was
Yeah, those are pretty underwhelming ones.
Mhm.
Even Flowbots, I wasn't as big of a fan of that one as well.
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, and then for beverages,
Yeah.
Oh,
Bud
in
Light-
terms of
Bud Light Platinum.
Blood Light.
well, I mean, yeah, those are
That's
kind of a
trash.
given.
That was trash.
Yeah, those are any like seltzers that we've done for me.
Spiked eggnog.
Oh, the
that
spiked
Personally spiked eggnog, not
Yes.
pre-made spiked
No.
eggnog.
What was
Personal
Pennsylvania Dutch? Was that?
Yes.
That shit's fire.
That was good.
So good.
And after that, I tried Evan Williams.
Ooh.
Has a pre-made
Okay.
Ooh.
spiked eggnog, delicious.
All right, so for
Just don't
for
use
this
Johnny
year.
Walker Black.
No,
or what did I have?
I don't remember
but
the
it
one we
was-
did.
We almost
it
threw
was,
up. That was rough.
That was
Captain Sailor
Yeah,
Jerry.
Sailor Jerry.
Sailor
Yes.
Jerry.
Yeah,
I think for me,
curdled.
yeah.
I went back and listened to those for finding the ratings. It
Yeah.
was hilarious.
That was
Because
so
you literally,
bad.
I think you spit yours out.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
It was
between it was gross
Rough.
and because it was funny.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, that was like my favorite moment of the podcast so
Yeah,
far.
That was-
absolutely.
Is the eggnogs at the Christmas episode.
Then we did a beer right after it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
God.
That
It was
so
like a
rough.
porter too. It was like
Yeah.
something like heavy
That was
and brown.
The Thomas Hooker.
Oh
for the,
god, yeah, the hooker, nor'easter, right?
Yeah.
I was even a little underwhelmed with Old Chub.
yeah.
You know, the first time I tried it, I was like, "Oh, this is different. This is a Scotch ale." And then I had it a couple of that other time. It lost its
Yeah.
like flavor for me, like enjoyability.
And honestly, you know, we can't knock it out of the park every episode.
No,
Because that album too, the Foo Fighters album,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
my pick.
Mm-hmm.
that was just
But I
an
knew it
underwhelming
was-
episode.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
I knew going into it that album was kind of underwhelming. I wanted to see what you guys thought.
yeah.
But just overall, just an underwhelming.
that might be one of our most underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think so. In
Yeah.
terms of both of them.
Yeah.
That
Wasn't
and
that also after a show you did too, where you're kind of like you're like
Probably
tired and a little
hungover,
hungover.
that was a Taylor
Think we
Swift
were.
episode. I remember
Yes.
you were kind of out of it
Heard.
for that. There's a lot
What were
of
you saying?
there's a lot of build up to the episode, and it was a night after a show.
That was
I
rough.
remember, yeah, it was kind of rough. But our guests held form.
They
Jen
did.
and Heather, yeah, they were
Killed it, yeah.
Yeah, they killed it. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. In terms of underrating beers for me, again, I said Guinness. I don't like Guinness. I don't know what it is.
it's okay.
Especially out of the can with that weird like ball that they had in there to
The
keep it
widget?
like.
balls.
The widget, yes.
That's right. Yep.
What else did I put
The
in
sour episode.
there? Yeah, Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Because the album was okay, but then the beer was.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the thing too. Is I put it in a can, or I put it in a glass when I had it at my house, and it was good. I could taste like the marshmallow
But didn't
and
we
like
drink
the.
it out of solo cups?
Yeah, we did, and I don't know what happened between then and there, but
Interesting.
it just lost all like semblance of a good beer.
We're gonna have to talk to Solo Company.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll send it through. Yeah, well, our people will talk to your people. Also, I know it's not really a beer, but we did the Athletic Brewing Company one
Yeah.
on the,
Okay.
the virtual one. Granted, it's a non-alcoholic IPA, but it was just, I don't know, it was just it tasted exactly like a beer, but it had no like bite at all to it. It was very
Yeah.
it was strange. I'm not gonna say it was disappointing because I knew what I was getting out of it.
Yep.
But in terms of drinks we've done on the show, it's not my
And
favorite.
now I'm gonna do an overall combination of a recording session
Yeah.
because I'm looking. When we did Faraway Beach was good.
Yep.
SDIB 2, everybody was kind of meh about. I mean, I like it, but it was
I know
meh.
it. Yeah.
Then we went to Lost and Founders, which was the all-day vacay, which
Yeah.
was trash.
Yeah.
And then Tyler the Creator, which Tom, big fan of, we were kind of eh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then we
Then-
went to the CBD Black Cherry Seltzer, which
Yeah.
was kind of eh.
Yep.
Didn't really have much going on. And then Sublime,
Yeah.
which was a giant cover album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough. That was at your house.
You know, it was at my
That
house.
was a rough
The
The
day.
first session at my house, got to choose. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
the
that-
food was the best part of that day. I can't even remember
Oh,
what
the
we
chili.
got.
The chili.
The chili. Oh, yeah. The
did
chili
have
was
chili.
the best part.
Yeah, the chili. Yeah, gonna miss that chili. Yep.
But yeah, that was, I would say, of all the recording sessions,
Yes.
that might have been one of the more underwhelming
Yes.
total. Like, I mean, other than the new Faraway Beach, which was good,
Yep.
but it wasn't a knock out of the park.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it didn't make up for the Founders and then the CT Valley
Yeah.
kind of blah.
Yeah.
And then album wise, there really wasn't a
A
strong,
winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
album that day.
So for the listeners, if you're just joining us, we record our episodes in batches ahead of time.
Usually 2 to 3.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what we're referring to. I think one of my favorite sessions was Trevor and
Oh, Paul.
and Paul
Paul Canarky.
Canarky.
The one, the only.
That was because Paul, he was a fucking funny guy.
And
he's
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He was like a space cadet.
Yeah.
He was all over the
And he
place.
forgot the beer.
And then he went
and
back
he
to
went
get it.
home.
He could have gone to the package store.
Yeah.
He drove all the way back.
Drove
to
all the way
friend's
here,
house.
and then Trevor was
It was frozen.
good. Yeah, it was
He
frozen.
had left it in the freezer.
And then
Yeah.
Trevor came in and ended up doing the Rush episode without
Yep.
any preparation.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. That was a great session. And then
Yeah.
the day, was it when we did Ariana Grande, Eminem, and
Was it?
Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah,
that was
MGK.
all one day, right?
I think so.
Because Joey was with us and
Yes.
Chelsea was with us. That was a fun day.
That was good.
Yeah,
Those were our first guests.
We were recording and Joey was like sleeping on the couch waiting.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
remember that.
Yeah, because we had that episode in between with no guest, so he was
I think,
like hanging out.
yeah, I know. One of my favorite recording sessions was our Christmas one that we did. 'Cause
Oh,
it was like a double special episode where he did all the Christmas songs
Mhm.
sent in by the viewers.
Yep.
And then one of my favorite episodes of all time was when we did our my stocking stuffers one,
Yep.
which I have some plans for the next one as well. that
Oh,
we'll get to.
sounds good.
We'll get into.
I want to do like a Yankee swap where we like gift each other
That was fun.
like
Yeah,
a beer and an album. We
Yeah,
haven't
'cause-
done that yet.
yeah. No, we did. We did that for
We kind of mislabeled. It was like
yeah.
we picked off of each other's list, but like
Yes.
actually gift someone. Like I want
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
but-
that was Temple of Dog.
Oh, I'm thinking grab bag. Sorry, I want to do a grab bag gift where we
Oh, just we make a big list of either good or bad
things
albums
and just pick them for the next episode.
We
Whether
could do
they're
that.
like fan submitted or
that'd be fun.
yeah.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Yep. Lots of plans. Lots of fun plans.
So how about favorite beers and albums that someone else brought?
Yeah.
We've already talked a little bit about our favorite beers, but in terms of something that you didn't
Someone-
bring,
Okay.
Right.
I
Right.
like that.
That I thought that was worthy of talking to. I think my favorite album that someone else brought would have to be Toxicity by System.
Mhm.
Tom, that was your
That was good.
producer pick, right?
no, that was during the Yankee swap that Mike picked off my list.
Oh, that's right. It was still
I
on your
did.
list, though.
But yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Right. That's true. That was during the Yankee swap.
Mhm.
I think that would be my album. As far as beers, I think this is where it's going to come in. Starman from 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐕.
Okay.
That was a solid. If I remember correctly, that was a double IPA.
I think so.
Okay,
I believe you're
and
right.
Mike, you brought that with my American Idiot album.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fantastic beer. So I think that I'm going to go with that.
That might have been one I brought that someone else suggested.
Wow, so that's like a
Like one of you guys.
double layer.
Ooh, okay.
I think one of you guys mentioned it because it was a good combo, and I was like, "Let's go,
Yeah,
let's do it."
it was a great beer.
that was
Starman,
good.
𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐕.
Yeah, that was
Check it
definitely a
out.
good one.
Yeah.
So I just had it. Where was it? Oh, I think Van Halen was probably the best guest, but not guest pick, but pick from one of you guys that I
Yeah.
really enjoyed. It was a great album. So I did, and then even I might just say that whole episode because I'm a big fan of Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah.
And I don't know, did I bring that beer or just
I
someone
think
else?
did that end up being like a group pick?
I think that was a group pick.
No, I think it was your beer.
Was it my beer? That's why I
No,
liked it
that
so
was the
much.
one I wanted to do blood sugar for. I was slated to do blood sugar,
Ah.
but then Eddie Van Halen just passed away. I
That
was like,
was
let's
it.
do
Okay, we
this
doubled up.
because Ice Cream Man is
Is-
also
yeah,
a song on the
combination.
album.
Yep,
yeah.
that makes sense.
So that was your beer, my album.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that's technically your beer. You
Okay,
brought that.
Technically,
Okay.
I get confused because sometimes I just say like, "Oh, this will work. Let's go with it."
Yeah.
I don't always have to be so.
It's
Yeah.
it's a loose format at the hops and bops.
This
podcast.
Yeah.
is true. This is
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
you know?
We started a little more rigid, but now we're
Yes.
comfortable enough where we can take
Yeah.
some risks.
It's very much your beer, my album, my beer, your album, producer pick.
Yeah.
And we did that for like 3-4 sessions.
Yeah.
And we were like, what if we did this one?
Yeah, right. Like the next episode, I'll drop it right now. It's all me,
Yeah.
my album
Yeah.
and my beers.
Adult content was good though.
Yes, that
good.
was a
I
really
enjoyed
good
that
beer.
beer.
Yes.
That was a very
Favorite
good one.
sense.
I
Yes.
really liked the can because it was so basic, but it served its purpose.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
that
yes.
was
yes.
that was one of my favorites.
See, my thing. I love Try This. They're my favorite.
Never
brewery.
noticed actually. I
Yes.
actually never even heard.
Never
you
heard
mention
of them. I host their
Trippers?
trivia. I've become very close with the guys there. They're great to me. They take good care of me while I'm there. But they rotate their beers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So a beer that I like, if I don't get my 4-pack, then I won't see it for who knows when? Because they,
Yeah.
they don't announce what beers are coming out until like a week or two prior. So like, I love a lot of their beers, but I often can't get it for the podcast. So I'm waiting for the stars to align. Next episode, I'm featuring some Tribus beer.
Ooh,
Pretty cool.
so look forward to that.
Yeah.
I would say in terms of albums that someone else had brought that I was a big fan of, Mike kind of stole mine, but Van Halen, self-titled, that was a fantastic album. So many really good singles off of that. Also, I think
Even the non-singles.
yeah, the whole album, like the
Can I
B-sides
just throw
too.
it out there, just to not even just save time, but just to say it? That might be the best pairing.
Yeah. That was in my short list of best
Yeah.
pairings.
Oh, Van Halen and
Yeah.
what was it?
Yeah,
The
Ice Cream
Ice Cream Man.
Yeah,
I think
one of
That's a
our,
good one.
I think that
Mojo
might be my
Awards later.
favorite pairing.
Yeah.
In terms of beers that I really enjoyed from other people, what was the one we did with Scratch Track?
Pumpkin Ale.
The Pumpkin Ale. That was a really
That was a
good
great
one.
beer. Can't
I was
wait
a big
for that.
fan of that one.
Yep.
Usually comes out in August.
Yeah. That's going to be the first fall beer I go to.
Oh, you know what else was a really good one? The Bunny Patch, the Witch Doctor one, the very first one we ever
Yeah,
did.
that was good.
That like strawberry milkshake kind of thing. That was
Mhm.
delicious.
Mhm.
I was a big fan of that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can steal some more of that sometime.
Looks like it's out.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Ale.
Pumpkin Ale.
Looks like it's already out and
All
ready
right.
to go.
Still too early for me to drink a fall beer.
Oh,
To know-
100%.
to
Yeah.
know it's out.
At least mid-September.
Yeah. Like we're
Yeah, wait till
right now
football.
recording towards the end of August. Cool. How about, did we talk about other people's albums yet?
I think we kind of combined that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
I know Snoop Dogg. I think it was a kind of a group-ish one,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
it came out with the wine.
Yeah.
We did
Yep.
we did a wine too. I forgot about
We
that.
did do a wine, which was
Uh,
good.
Best wine? Oh, 19.
Yeah, best wine.
I
the
guess
Mojo goes.
I guess we'll give it up.
Yep. So yeah, let's go to our last category: best pairing.
Ooh, there's a couple.
Yeah.
I got a little bit better with it as time went on,
Yeah.
but in
You get the
terms-
pairing though.
Yes.
You know.
yes.
So maybe going forward, we can switch up the format and.
Yeah.
But Mike, you already gave your best pairing.
Yeah, I think I got to go with Van Halen.
Yeah.
With Ice Cream Man. Just
Yeah.
a great combination name-wise and,
Yeah.
quality of both the album and the beer.
Yep.
I think that was one of our best.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
That was on my short list. I had 3 written down. I think the other 2 I'm going with are the Dream Theater album and the Abomination. More for me, because I liked both, but also the look.
Mm-hmm.
The album cover for Dream Theater is black and it's kind of in the woods and kind of gothy, and so is the Abomination can for the Harvester. So that was like a good look, kind of thematic. And then another pairing that I really loved was just recent, Jeff Rosenstock and the Wormtown beers.
Yes. Don't worry. Indie Hoppy.
Yeah, it worked really well, and I really liked. I believe it was Don't Worry. I liked more. The Right
yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
And the Jeff Rosenstock was probably one of my. That's probably one, if not the, sleeper albums as a
Okay.
whole.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
hmm
Yeah.
In terms of just pairing, not in terms of like, what they're good on by
Okay.
themselves.
Yep.
I would say some of our special episodes are pretty good with that. I know the tailgate one that we did was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That
With
was
the Bud
cool.
Light, Coors Light, and Miller Light, along with a country album. I feel like
Yep.
that went really well together.
Yeah. That was fun.
Obviously, the Snoop Dogg wine with the Snoop Dogg album was really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Guinness and the Dropkick Murphy
Yeah.
album, that was a really good pairing.
Hopefully, we can do another good combination next
mhm.
year.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but Logic's space-themed album along with Supernaut, I thought
Yeah.
was a
Mhm.
pretty good one as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think they're all pretty good up there.
I'm gonna
Obviously, sour with the 2
Yes.
sours and the sour. That's
Yes.
kind of funny.
I just wish we chose maybe a better sour or.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna throw throw out there the MF Doom and the
yep,
Devil's-
the Hop Yard.
That was good.
because I don't even remember the name of the beer because the episode is called
Hop Yards of Doom.
Right. The episode's
Devil's
called
Hop
Hop
Yard
Yard
was
of
the
Doom,
beer.
but the beer is Devil's Hop Yard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Connecticut
I think that
Brewery.
was like a strong pairing, like name-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have had some good episodes in the
Cool.
past.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome.
Favorite moments?
Favorite moments. Oh, man.
Hands down has to be the eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
that
agree
was
with
great.
That was
Or you
brutal.
So
did the actual
funny.
spit take of it, where I've never seen that before.
And we started off with such a strong mixed eggnog that, you know,
it just got bad.
then
Well,
we mixed our own.
Curdled.
I think we were overconfident was the
were.
main thing of that. We were like,
We
this will
were.
be so good. We're gonna make our
I think
own.
we're
It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
overly stupid.
Johnny Walker does not belong with eggnog.
No.
I think we
No.
learned that loud and clear.
No.
Yes.
Paul Canarky, that was great.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just me mispronouncing names. Paul Canarky. Recently it was Rand McDonald, the
Yes.
map.
Rand McDonald.
No. Yeah, that was a good
Rand
time.
McNally.
Yep.
Our run in with gathering farts.
Gathering farts.
Yeah, I don't
Classic.
even remember what site I messaged him on.
That was I don't remember. Was it Beer Advocate? Shout out.
Man.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Look,
Was that for?
I had to make an
Midas
account
Touch?
and everything.
Did we do that? What
That
what
was-
episode was that?
Oh man, that was
Something around
Supernaut.
Was it?
That was Supernaut and Logic. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was that. I don't remember the website though. Oh wait,
No.
I can pull it up right here. I posted about it in on the.
Oh,
On
on
the
the Instagram, yeah. Where did this water's gonna come in?
Yeah, we're good. It moves towards me.
Yeah, there's been some good ones in the past. Also, I want to do just a really
Rate Beer.
ratebeer.com.
I guess yeah, ratebeer.com.
I want to do a
Farts.
very, very quick shout out to my good friend Joe for taking all of these really awesome pictures for our episodes.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I want to say my personal favorite has to be the Guinness and the Dropkick one.
That was one of my favorites.
Mhm.
With
For putting the little the green hat on Mojo, the beads, and then my favorite was like you poured the Guinness and then just the little bit of head coming off as it's
Yeah.
coming down. You got the perfect shot.
I tried to time that perfectly. I appreciate that.
That's a good one.
That was one of my favorite episode picks.
In the Guinness glass too.
The Guinness glass too. Got to keep it on. You know.
Exactly.
Oh, it wasn't Beer Advocate 'cause I don't have a.
It was Rate Beer.
Ratebeer.com.
Another picture I liked, if we're going to be talking about pictures, was the Ariana Grande episode. It was just the way I angled the cans. Now I'm tooting my own horn.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and the two Christmas ones too.
Oh yeah. I think my personal favorite was the one
The Hoppy Boppy
the
Holiday
Hoppy Boppy
Special.
Holiday Special with the cinnamon sticks and the ornament. That was actually the �W𝐢𝐤𝐞 YouTube video on my TV in the
Yep.
background. I do not have a fireplace, but it worked
like
out
it, though.
nicely. Got to thank portrait mode. And speaking of shout outs, I don't know if people notice out there, but anytime a holiday rolls around, I always ask our resident graphics extraordinaire, Joey, our singer of the band. He was on our Eminem episode. He did all of our graphics. He created Mojo. He created the logo. And anytime something comes up, I'll ask him if he can do it, and he always produces. So any like logo imagery that you see was Joey. So big shout out to him for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun, you know. It's all fun. You got to have fun doing it. That's
Yes.
why we do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
Yeah, that's been 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
I want to say thank you to you guys. I really appreciate, the effort we've all put into this and the fun we've all had together.
Yeah.
The two things that we really have loved in music, obviously we've been in the band together, so we understand that aspect of it. And also kind of exploring our own region and trying to find these, underrated beers kind of under the radar, but also like the big names too.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of tackling all of those while talking about some of our favorite albums of all time.
Before
It's
this, I
definitely
didn't
a
even
lot of
drink.
Oh, this is what did it.
Mike had never had alcohol
This is
before
what did
this,
it.
and now we've created a monster.
Yeah. What I like is I think
I'm kidding.
I think the three of us come in from a different angle on a lot, especially music.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'll come in from another one.
Yeah, and I think we all listen to music differently, and we all offer a different, unique perspective on, especially music, and I think that makes for interesting conversations, and
For sure.
I've enjoyed that for sure with you guys. It's been great.
We all live in different parts of the state of Connecticut, so we all have to find our little corner of the brewing scene that's taking over New England, at least.
Yep, for sure.
So we've all kind of brought different beers to the show as well. So it's been interesting trying to find what we like and don't like, and trying to figure that out as well.
Definitely. Cool. Well, hope for 50 more.
Exactly. Yeah.
Keep
See you
it
at 100.
going.
That'll be a big one.
Yeah, we as always, we try and think of some fun plans for the future. We have some for sure, and again, we just want to have fun doing this. We hope you're having a good time listening too. So, any other final thoughts?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Go check out the favorite tracks playlist on Spotify. I've re-updated it, so
Yeah.
it's got all of them up to 49. Go check that out as well.
Yeah, if you're
Obviously,
in the mood for a good shuffle.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be trying to do more social media, action.
Content?
Yes, content.
Yes.
So
Just can't be explicit no more.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah, we're actually taking down our Hops and Bops OnlyFans.
Yeah.
A little too risque for them. That's the reason why they stopped it.
It was us. We were the red flag. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It was the bop part.
Yeah.
The bops that did it.
Well, we hopped a lot, but our bops did not.
The bops did not land.
No.
Nope, it did not land.
But go check that out. It'll be Hops and Bops podcast on TikTok. I believe.
TikTok coming out.
I'm gonna try to. I got a ring light and everything. Should be.
No way.
Yeah. It won't be
Nice.
like the same things we did for the podcast. It's just so they you
different.
don't get it. But I'll try to do like smaller versions of different things.
Yeah.
For that. So.
Love it.
Look
Something
forward to
I'd
that.
love to do is like quick beer reviews, like just
That's,
even if it's not in an episode, just like
that's another
hey,
thing I
here's
want
a
to
quick
do.
one.
Yeah. Like 10-15 minute like quickie ones I could
Yeah.
do. We'll see.
Cool.
Maybe be under a different name, but it would be at least under the same Hops and Bops tree.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
we've got a lot of good plans coming up for the future. Make sure to check those out when they come out. Another couple special episodes that we've got after these.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sweet.
So next episode 51. I've asked the guys if I could do the beer in the album. They've graciously accepted. So
Graciously, yes. It was very gracious.
I will be bringing my favorite brewery, Tribus. They recently came out with a light sour line called Fizz. And they drink like a seltzer, but it's still a beer. They're light beers. And to this point of recording, they have 3 flavors out. And I got my hands on all 3 flavors: mango, pink guava, and raspberry.
Cool.
So we'll be drinking. Yeah.
Taste test?
We'll be doing a little taste test. We'll be drinking those.
Okay.
And there'll be our beverages for the album, which I brought. It's John Mayer's most recent studio release. It's called Sob Rock. And we'll be talking about that next episode.
Awesome.
So, yeah, look out for that. And as always, Hops and Bops Podcast. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much for sticking with us through our first 50 episodes. We hope you stay on board for the rest and spread the word. We've had a great time. We stream on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Mike and Tom, I thank you guys. I've had fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
okay.
Let's keep going.
It's been okay.
Aw. You're going to leave it on. It's been cute. Yeah.
Yeah, cute. So we'll see you next time, guys.
Peace.